Welcome back, Yu-Gi-Oh players. We have another feature match for you. Today we're going to be looking at a feature match with Maliss against the K9 Crystron. So guys, please remember to like and subscribe if you want to continue to see more content such as this. We got more deck profiles, we got more feature matches. So go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel to continue seeing content such as this one. He did win the die roll, and that is a Perulia. I do apologize for the glare. So he will activate Izuna, and I will chain Ash to the Izuna. So that's during the main phase. I do get a draw. So he will go Foolish Burial. He is the best send off the Foolish Burial is probably the Crystron Smyger, because Smyger gets you into the inclusion, and then inclusion gets you into whatever you might be needing. So that's pretty much full Crystron combo. Again, the glare is killing me at this point. So that is the Crystron Smyger there in the graveyard. He will activate the Smyger in grave, add the inclusion, activate inclusion. Inclusion will add the Crystron Sulfador, and then he will activate the Sulfafnir in hand, discarding the one he just searched. The forgot his name. I just said it. The Sulfador. Sulfafnir will summon out the Tristaros, and then the Sulfador will pop the inclusion to summon himself to the field, and then activating the effect to Foolish Burial 2. He is playing around the Perulia very well, I have to say. I think he might be waterlocked. I'm not sure if he actually is. I don't know the Crystron deck as well as obviously he does. That's one of his favorite decks. So he will go into the Crystron Exoskeletus. Exoskeletus effect will add back the trap, and then the Tristaros will banish it to pop the Exoskeletus. He banishes it for some reason, but it's actually just destroyed. And then that'll bring out the two Crystron monsters. And then the Exoskeletus effect will summon back one of the Crystron names. Yeah, he is waterlocked, so he'll make the FA John Dragster, banish the inclusion to summon out another Crystron name, and then he goes into the Nova. I chain to the summon. I chain March Hare because I know he's gonna go into an Omni Negate. I don't want that, so I try to get at least a trap in grave or a set for my turn. But on the activation of the White Rabbit, he does have the Droplet, and he sends a Molter Army, obviously. So at least I have two bodies on board for my turn. That is the Infinity, and he does set the Crystron Cluster, which is the trap, and then that'll just add him some follow-up, I believe, or the Tortoise. Yeah. So he passes it back to me. I draw for turn. I know I don't have the best hand. I start off the turn by activating Terraforming to search a field spell. I believe I do already have the second field spell in hand already. And I believe here I have an Ash, a second Ash, and an Impulse. Again, I didn't really open up the best hand, and he opened up a Spell Negate, an Omni Negate, and then possibly actually two F8 Dawn Dragsters. So the first one's already on board, and he has a Tristaros to Synchro on activation in response to one of my cards, right? So I'm trying to bait some things out so I can at least get the field spell off. So I go into, not the Wicked, I go into Nightmare Cerberus to discard a card and try to pop something. discard the trap. He attempts to chain the Tristaros. I do use the Ash on it. At that point, I think that both cards that I have in hand are just 2 field spells. That's all I got. Activate field spell, and he activates the trap to pop the field spell, and he shuffles back a Crystron name. And then at this point, I got nothing else. He has probably he has full combo next turn, so yeah, I just scoop it up. I realized, again, maybe they could have sequenced it a little bit better, but I really didn't open up anything too significant. So this time I will go first, and I get double full allos. So that's no good. I activate Thrust. He ashed. So he has 2 cards in hand. I activate the field spell. Maliss and Underground. Banish the Dormouse. Dormouse pay 300. Will summon himself out or herself out. Activate effect. Banish the White Rabbit. White Rabbit effect on her summon. Will set me a trap. And of course, I'm under double full allos. There's no way in hell I'm giving him 2 draws. So I'll pass there. Yeah. There's no way I'm giving him more draws than yes. Starting his turn with 3 cards in hand, he normal summons the Izuna. Izuna effect will dump the Lupus. It's a little bit better, huh? And I believe he just goes straight into battle. And then in end phase, this is end phase, I activate the MTP to add me follow up. I'll add a Dormouse. And in end phase again, I will activate Druid's Worm to banish the Dormouse and summon Dormouse. And then I draw for turn. I got 3 bodies on board. Attempt to activate the Dormouse. He Lancias me, so that's no fun. We're going to our first Link 3 here. We do Chainlink 1, Red Ransom, Chainlink 2. Target the Izuna to send. I'll get the Maliss in the mirror. Yeah, there you go. Chainlink 2, target. Yeah, or I guess we did it backwards there. I normal summon the Dormouse. I'm under Lancia, so I can't activate the effect. I attempt to go to battle, but the and I notice I normal summon the Dormouse, not to an arrow that Red Ransom points to, because if I were to do that, his attacks would be switched, and I think I could have just ran it over with Red Ransom to get it off the field, because once it gets off the field, it gets banished actually. So that was a misplay on my behalf. I should have summoned Dormouse underneath the Red Ransom. I'll set 2 and pass. I just don't want to leave Dormouse by itself on the field. So it is what it is. So he activates Crystron Inclusion, grabs the trap, the Sulfador effect in hand to summon, and then I impulse the Sulfador and it gets destroyed. He sets 1 and he has attack into the Red Ransom, and then he banishes his own Lupus, and I passes it over back to me, and I pretty much here have full combo. Attempt to activate the Dormouse, banishing the March Hare. The reason I went for March Hare is obviously because I have the Red Ransom engraved, so I could just banish Red Ransom to get any other name I need. Plus on top of that, I have the White Rabbit engraved as well. So again, we banish White Rabbit effect on summon. And that'll set the GWC. I believe that set card is Maliss in the Mirror. And we will go into the white. I do target, so target all 3 of my names. And then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. March Hare already used her effect, so Chainlink 1 Red Ransom, Chainlink 2 Dormouse. And then on summon effect of the banish effect of the Red Ransom, when she's banished and she activates her effect, she banishes one Dark Cyberese monster or one Cyberese monster from deck, and we will banish the Chessy Cat. And then on new chain, she will add me a field spell, and then you can actually chain block that with whatever you banish. So I will banish the Chessy Cat, so Chainlink 1 Red Ransom to add the Maliss spell, Chainlink 2 Chessy Cat to summon herself. And at this point, the Maliss monsters are boosted, so I pretty much have game on board. But I know he has a trap set, so I don't want him to pop my monsters, obviously. Okay. He does scoop eventually. I'm just thinking here if I need to go into access code or not, but I kind of don't need to. Because I know if I go to access code, he'll just activate the trap on resolution. I do activate White Binder to set the trap from grave. And then here I think I go into the Equipter. Yeah, I have to use a... Cryptor. I do have a name banished, so this is game at this point. So I have MTP set, I have DWC set. I haven't used, I used Bistio to target the White Binder effect. Yeah, and here it would just be full, it'll just be well over game. I had the GWC set anyway, so we'll go into game 3. Game 3, he chooses to go first. And then that will be a Molcharmy met with an Ash. And he'll start his turn off with Foolish Burial. I don't think here I have any more hand traps, to be honest with you. Oh, so it'll send... That's the one I don't know. I do Lancia. And not necessarily Lancia shuts down the K9 engine. I'm sorry, the Crystron engine, because he can just rely on the K9 engine. So there it is. He'll normal summon, I believe that's the Jokul. Attempt to activate effect to search, and I'll Ash that. I start my turn with 2 cards in hand, and he has 2 cards in hand. So this is going to be a grindy game here. Draw for turn. Normal summon the March Hare, which is the worst normal summon. We'll go into Lingaribo, attempt to activate backup effect on summon. And then he does chain Droplet and sends the Jokul. And then I try to go Splash Mage effect, and he will Ogre the Splash Mage. So the only name that it does target, obviously, so I'll attack for 300, I believe, or 600, I believe. And then link 1 into a Lingaribo and pass. I believe here it's a top deck kind of duel. So he'll banish the name and try to add the I believe the Solfador. I don't know what Crystron name is. Thicefern? Yeah, he'll add the Smiger. Normal summon Smiger and link off into the Clockwork Knight. Smyger effect to add the inclusion. Activate inclusion. Inclusion will add Sulfador. I believe he chooses to activate Sulfador in hand. Target the inclusion to pop it. Sulfador effect on field. Foolish Burial 2. He's checking his grave, see what he's got, what he's missing. He does, I believe he sends, we need the Sulfafnir and the Starls? I don't know. He does have inclusion in grave as well, so he can banish it. I apologize for the flickering of the lights. So he sends the Trap and the Sulfafnir from the looks of it. Yeah. Yeah, again, I don't really know the whole Crystron deck. I do know some of the combos. I know kind of what the cards do and stuff. So inclusion effect will summon out the Sulfafnir, which is another level 5. And then he'll go into Nova, and on the summon I will chain Nibiru. Not a very big token. Yeah, this is going to be a long grind game here. Again, 1 card in hand he sets. I believe obviously that's, not sure what that is. I think he has a Trap in grave. Shits to attack. I draw a dead card. And I attack over the token. Again, not a very big token. He summoned in defense, so not too big. Summon, effect of Sulfador in hand, and then I will Ash the Sulfador on the effect on the summon. I don't want him to get any more bodies in grave. And then he passes it over. Draw for turn here. Attack directly. Pass again. Pass again. Draw. I think in my hand is a second Nibiru and a Wizard. But Wizard is a dead card if you don't have a Link monster. And you can't. I already used my Splash Mage. We'll give Eclipse. We'll flip it face down. Normal summons the Azuna. Asuna effect will not resolve because I Ash it, and he will attack over the Nibiru. Effect of Prastiodal. Impulse on the Prastiodal to keep him away from the 2 level 5s, because I know he probably has another level 5 in hand. Don't want to let him do any of that. Yeah, here he just goes full K9 combo, and I kind of realized that it's GG's for me because I got nothing. Case of K9 effect, grab the Jokel. Ripper. I think he was at like 1,000 life points or something, even less. Might have been at 700 or 900 life points left. Yeah, I did attack with the Nibiru twice directly. he attacks directly. I lose a good chunk of life points there. Draw for turn. Again, another dead card, and I know he has the X-Force quick play set. So at this point, I call it a day. He activates the X-Force Liberation, and the only set card I have is a Droplet. That's all I got, and I can't keep going neck. But thanks for watching, guys. Hey, listen, like and subscribe, please. I am still growing this channel. That would be awesome if you guys could help me out for a little bit, and go check out some of my other videos. And I will set one pass. Peace.